Hello, and welcome to Fragments of Stillness. It's always good to have you here, setting aside a quiet moment to pause and reflect. If this kind of content speaks to something in you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. We're here every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m., with reflections designed to help you return to yourself, slowly, gently, and truthfully. We live in accelerated times. The world constantly pushes us towards speed. Being fast has become a virtue. Being slow, a flaw. We're trained to rush, to produce more, to achieve faster, to compete and move without stopping. Even rest has become something we try to schedule in between tasks. But in the middle of all this rushing, something begins to slip away. Quietly, almost invisibly. And by the time we notice, it might be too late. Life is happening while we're rushing through it. This urge to always be ahead turns us into people who move quickly but see little. We lose the ability to listen, to notice, to feel deeply. We disconnect from ourselves, from others, and from the present moment. Today, I'd like to reflect on what we're really losing when we live like this. When we treat slowness as weakness and urgency as the only acceptable pace. To do that, I want to share a short story, a simple parable that might help us see more clearly where we are and where we're really going. Once upon a time, there was a young traveler walking quickly along a dusty road, anxious to reach the city where he believed his dreams would finally come true. He walked fast, without stopping, barely looked to the sides, carried a heavy backpack, and kept repeating to himself, step after step, I need to get there soon. The sooner, the better. Along the way, he came across an old man, sitting peacefully under the shade of a tree. The old man greeted him and asked, "Where are you going in such a hurry?" The young man replied, without slowing down, "I have big plans. I want to achieve great things. Life is passing by and I can't waste time." The old man simply smiled and said, "And when you get there, will you have time to notice the flowers you missed along the way?" The young man paused for a second. He looked around, and for the first time, he noticed the field was blooming. There were butterflies. The sky was painted orange by the late afternoon, and the wind carried a softness he hadn't felt in a long time. But still, he sighed with impatience, nodded quickly, and continued his fast-paced walk. The old man, left alone, turned his gaze back to the fields and whispered quietly to no one, "There are those who arrive quickly, but arrive empty." This story might seem simple, but it holds one of the deepest dilemmas of our time, the conflict between the rhythm of the world and the rhythm of the soul. The young man in the story is many of us, people living under the logic of urgency, people who believe they'll only matter when they finally achieve something, who think they can only rest once everything is done, who convince themselves that life will really begin later. But in rushing to arrive, he forgets to see what's around him, and to see what's inside. He even notices, for a second, that beauty exists along the way. But the habit of rushing is already too strong. He's been running for so long that he no longer knows how to pause. And we do the same, don't we? We tell ourselves, "I'll slow down later. Later I'll call. Later I'll enjoy this moment. Later I'll listen more carefully." But when later comes, if it comes, everything has changed. We're no longer the same. The moment has passed. The chance has vanished. The old man under the tree doesn't argue. He simply watches, because he knows that those who rush may arrive faster, but they arrive empty. Rushing strips meaning away from our days. It dulls our senses. It distances us from what's real and sacred. To walk slowly in this world is an act of rebellion. It requires courage. Because when you slow down, you start to see. And seeing, truly seeing, can be uncomfortable, but it can also be transformative. It can bring you back to life. Have you noticed how often we rush even when there's no need? We rush in traffic, in conversations, at work, in love. We even rush to relax, squeezing rest between tasks as if it were another responsibility. We live with a constant sense of urgency, of being late, of never doing enough, and it wears us down. But life doesn't follow the rhythm of speed. Life unfolds through presence. It's only when we slow down that truth reveals itself. It's in stillness that we begin to see. And maybe today, the most important question isn't where am I going, but what am I missing because I'm moving too fast? Sometimes the solution isn't to go faster. It's to look more deeply. If this reflection found a place inside you today, share this video with someone who's been rushing through life. Maybe they need a reminder to pause. And if you haven't subscribed to Fragments of Stillness yet, now is a good time. Turn on notifications so you don't miss our quiet conversations every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 6 a.m. A space for presence, for silence, for clarity. May your day carry less urgency and more depth. And even if the world around you rushes, may you find the strength to walk slowly and see. See you soon.